Up with KREM begins now.
Right now on Up with KREM, Washington educators have two choices: either get vaccinated or risk losing their jobs. This morning, when they have to be vaccinated and who will make sure that they get it done.
And in North Idaho, COVID hospitalizations have more than doubled in less than a month. And health leaders say they are almost out of beds due to the raging Delta variant.
And taking a look outside, you can see the skies are starting to get a little bit of a haze, but we're still sitting in the healthy realm in terms of air quality. We'll talk what that means for your day.
Starting Monday, due to the rise of the Delta variant in Washington, masks will be required in many public spaces across the state.
Washington first lifted the mask mandate back in May, you may remember. And this morning, we want to hear from you. Do you agree with bringing the mask mandate back? Vote in our live Twitter poll on Up with Tim. That's my Twitter page. Or you can send us your thoughts to 509-448-2000. 61% of people saying yes, while about 38.6 saying no. So yeah, it hasn't moved much this morning, but we have been receiving a lot of text messages. So
Absolutely.
Keep sending those in.
Yeah. Anything I can do to not go back into lockdown and to keep every business open, that's how I personally feel.
We do not want to lock down again.
No, we don't want to lock down. And I will gladly suffer as long as I can still go, do I call it patronize all my favorite places? No, that sounds wrong. Go and support all of my favorite restaurants and businesses.
That's what happens when you drink decaf tea in the morning.
Don't tell people it's
called
decaf.
him out.
Don't tell people.
It's just a waste. I don't get
I
it.
know. Why are you drinking decaf, Jeremy?
I'm trying to keep the facade like I got coffee in here.
my
I'm trying to
goodness.
look cool. You guys invited me over to the desk.
I know. I'm sorry. We invited you to the desk.
Well, we will continue our coverage of Washington State's new vaccine mandate all morning long.
That's right. But first, Jeremy, I'm sorry I called you out there, but let us know, what kind of weather can we look forward to this weekend? Because I'm kind of moving past Thursday at this point. I'm looking on to Friday.
Oh, you're looking on to Friday?
Yeah.
All right, I got you covered. For now, let's get you over to a sleepy forecast.
Hey,
oh my God.
It's time to wake up.
We're all
Let's
waking
roll
up
and
to
go.
a nice cup
Come on.
of decaf this morning. Just breathe in, breathe out. I heard you guys breathing in and breathing out. You did it with me. You know you like those Zen vibes. So let's go ahead and get you. Oh, good vibes. Good vibes. Where's our guy, Brandon T. Jones? I got to call him. Brandon, good vibes. Just to get those good vibes spreading back here. AQI currently sits in the good realm. We are still there, and it's been all morning long with those good AQI, or that good AQI. So that's a bit of good news. The other bit of good news is temperatures are a bit cool. So open up the windows, let in some of this cooler air. Just appreciate what we've got right now, because as we head through the day, temps are back on the rise. We're going to warm back up here across the inland northwest, and that comes with plenty of sun. Seeing a little bit of light cloud cover early on this morning, but as Channing was asking about, here we go. We have got a little bit of moisture moving into the forecast. She said, let me know about the weekend. So today I think you're good. Tomorrow, after dark, we'll get a round of showers moving in. Those continue overnight and then eventually taper off throughout the day on Saturday. So Channing, there you go. Friday night, Saturday, a little bit wet and rainy kind of thing, but then eventually it moves out, and by Sunday you're looking good. For now, how about this one for you? This is your Friday Eve, otherwise known as Thursday. Temps climb into the low 80s later on this afternoon with a mix of clouds and sun. I really think today and yesterday, very similar. Today, a little bit more haze in the atmosphere and a little bit warmer. Those are your two differences.
Well, this morning, one of the big announcements from the governor's office, a new mask mandate.
Now, KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez is joining us live. Nicole, can you tell us when these new mask guidelines will take effect?
Yeah, Channing, Tim, really quickly, these mask mandates will be in effect. They're actually starting up this upcoming Monday. So I want to go over the three big things that you should know about this new mandate. First up, this is a statewide thing. All of Washington State is under this new mask mandate. Second of all, there's also going to be, this is also for people, anyone 5 years and older also need to be wearing masks in public, regardless of whether you're vaccinated. And then again, like I mentioned, this is for people who are this is for anyone who is vaccinated or unvaccinated, and this all starts this upcoming Monday. So there are spaces where the state's mask mandate will not apply. Those include office spaces that will not be necessarily accessed by the public, places where individuals work alone with no public interaction, and small private gatherings where all attendees are vaccinated. The mandates follow weeks of escalating COVID-19 case rates and increasing hospitalizations. Health experts say the increase is caused by the Delta variant of the coronavirus.
This week, our state broke its previous record for COVID hospitalizations set in December. The rate is, as I said, spectacularly almost vertical in our charts. We're witnessing exponential growth. I've not used that term in some months, but regrettably, that is now the situation that we are in. And the reason is clear. This virus mutated. The thing
that the Department of Health is recommending, it's not necessarily part of the actual mandate though, is that people actually wear masks in outdoor settings where it's particularly crowded. So they're suggesting wearing masks at things like concerts and fairs as well. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
So this fall, all K-12 employees will be required to get vaccinated, and this includes teachers, staff, coaches, bus drivers, and school volunteers. Governor Inslee says they will only have two options: get vaccinated or face losing their jobs, is what he said. The requirement comes after Superintendent Chris Rakedahl asked Inslee last week to include K-12 schools in the vaccine mandate. Washington's restrictions is now the strictest school mandate in the nation. Some other states are offering teachers the option to get tested every week instead of getting vaccinated, but Inslee's mandate does not give employees that option.
Now, on Wednesday, KREM 2 spoke with Toby Doolittle, the president of the Meade Education Association, about this vaccine mandate. He let us know how this will impact teachers as well as staff. Take a listen.
I think the first step is to survey our members, our teachers, to see what they're feeling. I have heard from a few, but that's a really small sample. Also is to dive deep into the exemption piece, continue to educate people on vaccinations, provide some clinic or some other opportunities to get vaccinated for those who haven't, but really just to make sure we get all of those details worked out in the next couple of weeks.
Now, to see his full interview, you can head over to our KREM 2 YouTube page. For more information regarding the new announcement, all you have to do is text the word COVID to 509-448-2000. We'll get you all that information right to your phone. Time now for your morning rush. More news in less time.
Right now, Kootenai Health is dangerously close to capacity with COVID patients. The hospital saying 85 people are hospitalized there right now. 36 of those patients require critical care. Because of the high number of patients, they have been forced to cancel all elective surgeries because they simply don't have the capacity to hold them. Right now, 50% of hospitalizations are patients who range from 18 to 60 years old. And compared to the winter surge, that same age range only accounted for 20% of hospitalizations.
A former Spokane police officer accused of rape will appear in court this morning. Nathan Nash pled not guilty earlier this month. Today is his presentment hearing, meaning there will be action from the judge regarding a motion. Now, we're expecting to learn more about this ongoing investigation this morning, but for now, the former officer is accused of rape in two separate cases. His first trial will start Monday, August 30th.
Spokane's interim health officer, Dr. Frank Velasquez, spoke about reports of COVID-19 testing delays. He says there currently isn't a plan for another mass testing site like the ones we saw during the winter surge. He also says there is testing widely available through local healthcare providers. Now, when it comes to any difficulties finding tests or delays in getting results, Velasquez says it comes down to staffing and the strain on the system on a large scale.
And although we're not seeing significant supply issues, the supply chain does get a little bit stressed with the higher demand because we're not the only ones that are requiring more testing. Is a global issue, but is a national issue right now.
Dr. Velasquez says people wanting a COVID test can go to the Spokane Regional Health District's website to find a testing site.
Refugee Spokane is gearing up to help Afghan refugees. Right now, preparations are being made to provide translators, access to services, and familiarize them with the Spokane area. They will also incorporate new refugees in their Elder program as well as their Kids Connect program. Well, that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
It is finally here. Restaurant Week starts today. We are just so pumped about it. Oh goodness, my wallet's gonna hurt a little, but glad to support local. So coming up over on the CW22, we're giving you a sneak peek of a participating restaurant's menu, and it is so good. You're gonna want to stick around for that.
We're likely dry throughout the day. Wow, what a beautiful shot of the sunrise. We are dry today. A little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of smoky haze returns later on. We should stay pretty okay in terms of air quality, but we got to talk the chance of rain coming up in your full forecast.